It's the Jim Fannon Show. We've come to take your mind.
Am I still on?
It's a pop-up. It's the Jim Fannon Show. Welcome aboard. Quick hit. We'll get in. We'll get out. No one will get hurt. And this is my new profile right here. My house band. Nice little house band. Yow. There we go. Deej has already joined us on the Facebook. Or sorry, the Trew.Tube. Or the YouTube. My bad. What up, Deej? I'm locked down on Facebook. I tried my backup account, and it's not going live there, so I'm not live to the Facebook account because I'm a 7-day lockdown dude. I'm in the penalty box. I'm in the penalty box for saying, well, I posted a news article that was about the women's soccer team winning gold. That's a pretty good story, right? And I normally have a take on things. I want to believe that I have a take, and it does not suck. If I'm going to put myself on camera, I should have the camera ready to take my picture. There we go. What up, yo? Oh, I'm in the other corner. Where was I? What was I talking about? Oh, I'm on lockdown. So I posted a news article about the Canadian women winning gold in soccer. And I hardly ever post anything personal on Facebook. Sometimes I check in, but my Facebook is very cold. And basically, it's politically driven, and it's served with a healthy dose of attitude. Oh. And so my attitude concerning this last post was something to the effect of, gold was when we beat those whiny American bitches. Gold was when we beat those whiny American bitches. That got me a timeout for a week. The last time I got, 2 weeks? I don't know. My infraction was a comment to a poster in my thread saying, men are pussies. For real. For real, men are pussies. Not all men, of course. I don't need to qualify. A lot of men are beta cuck pussies. And we need our men to be strong right now, especially right now. So, an update. I saw my lawyer today. Didn't know I had a lawyer. Well, I have a generous human being who knows his way around the system. He's in the Hamilton. And many of you know that I was, for lack of a better term, an MC at the first history-making lockdown protest outside Alicia Herder's business called Chrome Artistic Barbering. She's been a long time member of the community. I don't know if you remember Chrome on Geneva and Linwell. That was Alicia. And before that, and she's got a history. She's been around a long time. A good soul. I had not met Alicia until the day of the protest, but was asked to introduce the speakers, MC kind of. Maybe my understanding was I was going to introduce Alicia. Say a couple nice words. And then, upon attending this celebration of freedom, not a lockdown protest, but literally a celebration of freedom, and taking the mic and not being prepared for 800 people in front of me and a sound system that wasn't pre-checked. I said what I said. I did what I did. It was quick, especially when people started saying, "We can't hear you!" I'm like, oh, shit. What am I? I'm not a yelling type of guy. And I'm also not the speaker that gets you riled up and gets you, like, I can make you laugh. I can speak. I can even entertain as a MC. But I don't lead protests. I don't lead chants. I don't make people get out of their seats and scream. That's just not my thing. Yet, anyway. See my OnlyFans page for if you want to get out of your seat and scream. Jim Fannon Show does have an OnlyFans page. They want picture ID until I can publish it. But it's out. I'm for real. I'm going to start doing behind the paywall broadcasts, both from locals, Trew.Tube, Patreon, and OnlyFans. No more of this free stuff, bitches. So I spoke. I did what I did. I think I bailed kind of quickly and just handed the microphone over to Colin McDonald, who is not in the country. Colin McDonald has left the building. Alicia Herder has left the building. Dennis Costantini has left the building. Mexico, Dominican Republic, and Belarus, respectively. Shandor, which shares those conditions and more, is still in Canada, still putting out cartoons in Niagara Falls, and still has a beautiful family and a 1-year-old son that's perfect. Oops. Yeah, he's white. Perfect. All right. So, I'll call him my lawyer. There's a process that you need to go through for these fines. All right. And since I just happen to have them here, I guess I should be more prepared to go. Okay, so these two were delivered to my residence. These are $880 fines that were not served on me and were not filled out properly, as far as that, like, they weren't served on the day of the offense that occurred on April 10th. What a beautiful day that was, too. These are for fail to comply with a continued section 7.0.2 order, reopening Ontario Act 2020. Signed by Michelle Brown, investigative failed to comply with an order made during a declared emergency. $880. I'm not worried because they're not worth the paper they're written on, and probably I don't know if my matter will be dealt with before someone else's is dealt with, where they just throw them out, because none of these are worth anything. Improperly served, improperly filled out, and then not dated for the service date. So they never gave them to me. In negotiations and conversations with my lawyer, he says, hey, you got a date coming up. I'm like, oh, yeah, I didn't send it to you. He says, well, I need a week to get someone on it, so you're going to have to appear. Because I got a letter in the mail thinking I'm appearing for these, which my lawyer is handling, thinking I have never been served the Part 3 summons that I'm expected for this. This is a notice Niagara Region sent me. Notice to parties regarding scheduled court date. Now, you'll forgive me for my lack of legalese. I'm looking at the charge, and it's a charge, Emergency Management Civil Protection Act. Failed to comply with an order made during a declared emergency. Same as this one. So my lawyer goes, well, you need to deal with this. So I did. I appeared on July 6th at 9 a.m. in room W103, Welland Courtroom, remote by video conference. I showed up. Turns out, it's not for this. The assistant to my lawyer said, are you sure that, because I don't think in you, all right. So because I haven't given express written consent to my lawyer, he wanted to meet. I didn't know that that's why he wanted to meet, but it makes sense that he would want to meet to straighten out some of these things before we move forward. And so I met with him today, 10 o'clock, in the Hammer. I showed up early, like I always do. No masks. Nice little firm he's got there. And I spoke to him for about just less than an hour. But the first thing out of the gate is like, I know I got you working on these, but have we figured out what about this? So we confirmed that even though, you may know if you've been watching this, even though I've had the NRP and bylaw and city staff showing up here, I don't know, probably 10 times over the last 3 months at different times, at 7:45 in the morning, 8:30 at night. And they show up at all kinds of different times during the day. They send out an NRP one time. They leave a calling card. Sometimes I call them back and say, stop coming to my house because these things are worthless and I'm not going to make it easy for you to serve me. So what's the Niagara Region do? They send me a notice to parties regarding a scheduled court date. So I don't have discovery on any of this. It'll be hundreds of pages. I know if you're in line before me, Primo, I know you've got yours. Shandor, you got yours. Anyone else, Alicia Herder, obviously. They're further down the road with their legal team than I am and team. But today we find out that no one's following due process for service. These two, incorrectly served. This one, never served. But all they got to do is send you a regular posted mail letter telling you to show up in court and they told me I had 45 days to book a court date for this or choose an option, but don't take it that long because of the lockdown. Like, don't leave it till the last minute. Like, do it within 30. Within 21 days, the last day that I was eligible, my lawyer got on it, and I was on the docket to be convicted that day. So, as my lawyer puts it, unfucking that would be a bigger deal than just going forward. So it's a good thing we caught it in time, and it's a good thing I showed up for my court date in this one. So I'm waiting for disclosure, which would probably go to my lawyer, but I will get a copy of it. And when I do, I most likely will share it with you. I think I'm allowed to do that. I don't care if I am or not. Here's the deal. As I'm sitting across from my lawyer, he's given me all the options. He's given me the opportunity to ask all the questions I need, which wasn't many. By the time he was finished talking, I only had 2 questions, 1.5 questions, to which he answered perfectly. The idea, and by the way, the Crown attorneys are resisting trying to prosecute these because they're telling the Justice Department they're illegal. They're unconstitutional. They have no merit. They're unenforceable. These prosecutions are unwinnable. We can't do this. This is the Crown attorneys that are telling the Justice Department, what? We can't win these. We don't even want to move forward with it. If you have one of these, I'm not a lawyer, I'm telling you what I'm going to do. I will not plead. So the idea is the prosecutor's office, has their mandate sent down from the province, have been told to prosecute these. In trial, they go balls to the wall. So he said, I don't know if you know what a trial entails, but it's not fun. It can take 2 days or longer, and it's not fun, right? But the Crown, if any of these, if they're balls to the wall, they're full out going for the throat. But I don't think I'll make it there. So the idea is that the Crown's office is going to offer me a deal on one of these if I plead guilty to one of them. The other one will go away. Maybe if I plead guilty to one of these, nothing on my driver's record, no criminal offense, just a whatever. Maybe I agree to make a donation. But the way I understand it, it's still a guilty plea. You plead guilty to one of these. That way the prosecution can say they got something on the hook, and the rest of them go away. So I'm not a lawyer, and I'm not giving legal advice here. But when my lawyer looks at me and says, here's what they'll probably offer, my instant reaction is, like hell. I will not be pleading guilty to something I'm not guilty of, even if it makes my life super clean and makes all my headaches go away. I will see you in court. I'll take my chances of going on the stand, of me being exhausted mentally, physically, and emotionally because of a trial. No. I'm not taking a deal. I'm not paying a fine, a reduced fine to a lesser charge, and pleading guilty so everything else can go away. I won't do it. Now, I say that now. But what happens if it gets more serious? What happens if I end up with more charges? What happens if I get a libel suit from a disgruntled fucking director of operations of Signal 88 Security with deep pockets and a lawyer on retainer in Ottawa? I did my apology. It was 40 minutes. But for those that missed the 40-minute apology, the last 10 seconds of that video are you need to see, where I say, basically, fuck you. It'll be a cold day in hell. When hell freezes over, that's when I'll take down those videos and retract everything that I said. See you in court. So, easy to say, but when you get a libel suit up your ass, and I don't have one of those now, what I do have is a libel notice. I don't know why this is my page on Facebook. This is the one that I'm not banned from right now, and I have 2 friends. I'm not looking for more. I was looking to do a live broadcast, but apparently that's not happening. Mike Bullard, I'm going to try and get Mike Bullard for Friday, 2 o'clock. Mike Bullard has a story to tell, and I don't know if you've told it, but I'm interested in hearing it. And so you might have that. I don't want to jinx it. You might have that live Friday, 2 p.m. Eric Matheny's up Thursday. What time I got Matheny on? Let me see here. My producer should have this information. My producer sucks, though. Like complete garbage. Like nothing redeemable about my producer. Nothing. 11 a.m. EST. Eric Matheny of podcast fame. American Patriot. Bob and Eric Save America podcast. Matheny's a good conversation. Let me see if I can find Matheny here. And he's one of the few guys that, of my big followers that I used to have on the Jim Fannon Show, that followed me over. I like that. Ashley St. Clair, you didn't. Zuby, you didn't. Who else? Where's my boy? Matheny. Here we go. I talked to him before the election last year, and then he was really cool, reciprocated, and had me on his show. That was pretty cool. Matheny's a good man. He's a lawyer. He's just got good takes. Good, solid alpha male. I'm a big fan. So Matheny, 11 p.m. EST right here. Shit. Is he in New York? No, Florida. Excuse me. Get it. Who's got all this shit all over my desk? So Matheny. Eric Matheny. Thursday, 11 p.m. here, and I'm going to try and get this guy, Mike Bullard. Friday at 2. If you don't know the Mike Bullard story, it is shocking. I like Mike Bullard. They tried to cancel him. It worked for about 5 years, and now he's back. He can't talk about everything that he wants to talk about because of some things, but I think for the most part we can have a candid conversation about how Cynthia Mulligan tried to ruin this guy. Did ruin him. Got him fired. Where was he? 1010? CFRB, I think. Yeah. Bullard has quite the story. So I hope to have enough time with him so that he can tell it completely and the impact on his life and let you know what he's up to these days. And no. So I haven't heard anything back since my broadcast of a couple of weeks ago when I apologized profusely. I apologized 7 ways to Sunday. Is that a saying? Good. It is now. 6 ways to Sunday. About the libel notice. And I expect if they know it's good for them. Well, what am I talking good for them? They've got a lawyer on retainer. It doesn't cost them anything but just leave the guy alone. You guys unlawfully trespassed me from 2 public beaches in St. Catharines. To the point where the cops showed up every time you called them because we were playing music too loud or we were parked in what you considered to be an inappropriate spot where no parking signs existed. You just think you can pull up and tell a guy to move his vehicle because you feel tough? You're not even parking enforcement. You're Detective Dildo. with like a tactical vest. Get the fuck out of here. Like, seriously, we're just trying to chill, have some fun at the beach. The first incident, we were parked in front of a defunct parking meter that was garbage bagged up and not working. It doesn't say that you can't park in front of the parking meter, but I mean, if you're going to leave it open for people, you want them visible. Like, I can see why you wouldn't want to park in front of it. So we were parked in front of it, and it was not in operation. There's no parking sign in front of the meter. It is a parking spot in front of it. So that was the first time. They called the police because we wouldn't move the truck. Then they called for Supervisor Detective Dildo came down, and he assaulted me. Now, I'm not, if you watch this, you've heard the story before. I'm not a guy that goes, ooh, I'm pressing charges for assault. No, if we decide to do, what do they call it? Where you both agree to fight? Mutual combat? Yeah. I'm good with solving it with mutual combat. I have no problems. No problems. I'll even buy you a beer after I beat your ass. So the cops would come down and they were cool, but they couldn't do anything. But then I got, this Brianna Keeler. Oh, my God. She is a fucking pathetic broadcaster. Ooh, nice haircut, Fannon. This is the clip where Laura Yip says that she wants to come back a man. I asked her at the end of the show, if you could come back a man, would you? Yeah. For the power. The power? You're not doing woman right if you don't know what kind of power you hold over men. You don't fucking cunt. There, I said it again. When I get a libel notice from Laura. Yep. Calling you a dumb fucking cunt. It's comedy, kids. I don't care if that's why you're here.
I feel like I'm a toad.
Mm-hmm. All right, so quick hitter. I guess that's all I got. I got I just got some shit to deal with. I guess October 5th is my date for all 4 of my infractions. We'll convert your children, maybe bit by bit. That is a spooky video. How about this one? Homeless guy just drops a deuce right in a janitor's bucket. Dude's like, hey, bro's having a... And go over. He's like, hey, dude. Chase him away. He's like, fuck you. I need to drop a deuce. Here. Now you leave me alone. Just let me shit in this bucket. Oh, and then he screams out how good it feels. This is distracting. It's taking away from my show quality. This is the Trew.Tube chat. I am beyond angry. I don't have that one on the board. I don't know why it's gone.
We'll convert your children.
I'm furious.
I'm furious. It's my boy Nasty Nate. Had him on the show. That's probably kind of cool having both our pictures there, huh? No, you don't think so?
The hell are you talking about?
I have this MPCX. It's like a pad.
Look at that beautiful, beautiful bird.
I'm gonna come.
And I put all these sound bites, video drops, sound drops. What up, Deej? You're still hanging in there, eh? That's good. Yeah, I had the board all filled.
I felt worthless. I felt ugly. I felt gay. I felt that didn't like that just based on what they told
This
me.
is when they told me. Oh, dude, you don't want to hear these.
Why are you gay?
The why are you gay is a Ugandan who was talking to a transgender person. And it's like they eat the poo-poo. Have you ever seen that one? Where I think it's Uganda. It's some African country where I think maybe it's a minister or a preacher of some type. He's talking about the invasion of homosexuality that's coming into, I think it's Uganda. I could be wrong, but aren't they all the same? Pretty much. Oh yeah, it's a classic video, Deej. And he's talking about like how they have the sex with the anus, and they put the penis into the anus, and then they lick the anus, and then because the poo poo comes out of the anus, then they eat the poo poo. You gotta see it. It's fucking classic. That's where I don't have they eat the poo-poo. I will be getting it, though.
I'm gonna come.
That's classic.
I felt worthless. I felt ugly. I felt gay. I felt that that just based on what they told me.
40, 45 years. 40 years, 45 years. 40, 45 years.
Yeah, they're meaningless to you, but I don't care. Who put that in there?
Why are you gay?
Why are you gay needs to be turned up?
I feel like I'm a toad.
That's Dinesh D'Souza.
I'm furious.
That's that transgender handicapped freak before Minnesota Minneapolis City Council.
We'll convert your children.
That's the men's gay chorus in their song "We'll Convert Your Children Bit by Bit."
That beautiful, beautiful bird.
You know who that is.
The hell are you talking about?
This is a Gavin McInnes video drop from a movie that's classic scene.
The fag capitals of the world.
Now, I'm glad I got that one in there because I didn't know that I had that in there. That is from a recent Major League Baseball broadcast, I think, where the guy thought he was off mic and claimed that the city he was in was
The fag capitals of the world.
Where was he saying? San Francisco.
I'm gonna come.
Classic.
I felt worthless. I felt ugly. I felt gay. I felt that that just based on what they told me.
40, 45 years.
All right, Deej, I'm getting out of here. Clips in the background. This is the Trew.Tube. 2 words, Trew, Trew.Tube. This is the YouTube channel that you're watching on, Deej. Share it out. I am unable. Hey, Deej, if you can even do me a favor, grab this link and then tag me so that I have to approve it, because if you tag to put something on my timeline, I don't know if you put with Jim Fannon or mention me or both, tag me, say you're with me, and put me in the comments or something like that, and then I think that way I can allow it to my page, and this live broadcast will go up as a Trew.Tube video link. All right? What are we going to do? Play some music on the way out, or just get out? I think I should just get out. Usually I put some Maddie McPherson up because Want Some is a solid beat. And this is what we usually go out to. But maybe you don't deserve it today. Maybe I turn this into, I'm going to put down some Jim Fannon Show lyrics to this bad boy. I'm going to bust a rap all over this marching, theatrical, dramatic kind of... It's a march. What do you think? I could lay down some spoken word track to this bad boy. If you want to send a contribution, this brother needs to eat. It's in the posts. You can send it by PayPal. You can become a Patreon. You can send a donation by, well, you name it. It's in the comment section. I'm Jim Fannon. Thanks for checking it out. Peace in your heart. Love in your life. Hug your neighbor because you haven't seen them in a long time and you owe them. You should be a better neighbor. Go give your neighbor some time. Ask them if they need a hand. And whatever you do, please remove that filthy diaper from your beautiful face. Especially you young girls out there. You young girls out there. Don't cover your face. Don't put it on your children. I am out. Night now! Oh, wait. Hang on. Shit, you're only supposed to do that when you end the show. You're not supposed to come back out here and actually continue the show after you say, I'm not going to let you see it when I do it because it's embarrassing. But it's classic. It's from a sportscaster in LA that used to say, "Respond to me!" It appears I was successful at broadcasting live to my Facebook fake account, but for some reason I seem to be having a hard time tagging my original account in it to make it go on my wall. So Deej, if you're still watching, maybe you can try putting that YouTube link up there and sharing it to my page. But I do have another account for times like these when I'm in the basement. So go check it out. Don't friend me because I am beyond angry. I don't think I accepted a couple of friend requests because I don't have the heart to decline them or leave them sitting there. So, but I'm not trying to build another account. It's just a backup to the backup to the backup to the backup to the backup. All right. So now I'm really getting out of here. No, seriously, I'm out.